Welcome to the Holy Yogi, where we help you find the spiritual guru inside of you. Hello, beautiful. Hello, handsome. How you doing today? And if no one has told you today that they love you, let me be the first. I love each and every single one of you because love makes the world go round and round and round. And truly, love is the greatest medicine of them all. And simply put, ladies and gentlemen, love always, it always wins. Now, with that said, this is what I want us to do. I want you to like, comment, subscribe, and ding, 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 hit that notification bell before I begin our fabulous message for today, because we want to give you information every single day on how you can live heaven right here on earth. Okay, so we are on a fabulous series of celebrating Happy Kwanzaa, Aborigani. What's the news? Nia, purpose for today. And I am so excited about sharing this information with you today about Nia. Now, today is the 4th day of Kwanzaa. And Nia, purpose is what we're going to talk about, because we want you to enjoy and give props and respect for African spirituality. Everybody else has a holiday, but African Americans, Black people in America. So we decided, actually, Mulani Karenga in 1966 decided to create a holiday that would represent us, what we needed in order for us to basically achieve massive success throughout the whole entire world. And so Swahili is the language that we're using today. And Nia, like I said, means purpose in Swahili. So what I want you to realize, purpose is all about finding what is your God-given gift. All of us, each and every single one of us, have been given a gift from the universe to express right here on earth that no one else can do like we can do. And it is so important that you find out what it is. I mean, a true sign of what is your purpose is, and we sometimes take, they call it, God-given gift, God-natural gift. You heard that, he's got a God-given gift. It comes so easily and effortlessly to us that we take it for granted and we don't think it's a gift. Like, for example, Prince could pull up on a piano without taking a piano lesson, not one, and play the guitar. He could play the drums. I mean, every instrument he could play, and never had any type of teacher or training in that arena. That was his calling. That was his gift. If you can sing like a bird, that's your gift, easily and effortlessly without taking any voice lessons. Or that you could do you can do math so easily and effortlessly, and you're a great mathematician. Or that you're a great architect or a great home designer. You can go in a home and look at it and decorate it, and poof, voila, it looks like it should be in some famous Essence magazine, some famous magazine, all of us have the gift. I always should say to my clients, when helping them build wealth, find out what you love to do, figure out how you can get paid to do it, and I promise you, you don't work a day in your life, And I can remember, I tell you a wonderful story that that happened to me. I never forget. My mom has said to me, I know your gift, I know your gift, I know your gift. And my mom, major psychic ability. I mean, she would always good at predicting what was people's talent, etc. And then people would do that talent and they would reach massive success. So I'm looking at her and I'm waiting. I'm like, yay! She said, teacher. And I'm like, what? Are you kidding me? And I'm thinking very myopically, very limited. I'm thinking she she's thinking, because that's the only teachers that I know, is like, academic teacher, kindergarten teacher or elementary school teacher or high school teacher or college professor or something like that. And I'm like, I have no desire to do anything of that nature at all. Because I'm seeing myself, especially I'm living in Philadelphia, not too far from New York, and I'm hearing where students are sitting there pointing a gun at teachers because they got a seat in class, and I'm like, oh no, I'm not dealing with that type of drama, So I was like, okay, Sister Love, you missed that mark. You better be channeling that psychic ability there. But she was right, because later on, what do I do now? I teach people how to find the spiritual guru inside of them as a holy yogi. I teach people through Vegan Raw Fitness, and when I had my private practice, how to heal themselves. Through my private practice, I have Bomani's Village of Holistic Healing. I teach people how to build wealth for themselves. Traveled all over the country, been in Essence, Jet Black Enterprise Magazine, a National Enquirer, the Louise Hay movie, You Can Heal Your Life, and the TV show, the Talk TV show. Winning out there preaching to people how they can go from rags to riches. So she was absolutely right. It was just not in the field that I thought, the teaching that I was going to do. And it has been such a joy, privilege, and pleasure. And I'm still continuing on with that. And because of that, I'm getting so filled. I'm getting so blessed. But more importantly than that, the joy of blessing other people, the joy that I had the opportunity to see other people become millionaires. I had the opportunity to see other people become thousandaires, or other people become 10,000aires, I mean, such a joy, to see people be able to buy a house of their dreams, get out of debt, I mean, it's such a, I can't tell you. I don't care what anybody says to you, and I'm sure you feel the same way too. It's one thing what you do for yourself, but it's so much more better when you're doing it for somebody else. I get more joy out of somebody else's success that I had the opportunity to be a part of than my own that I created for myself. So, and that's what this is all about. That's what purpose is all about. That's what Nia is all about. Because once you get that talent, once you find out what you're supposed to do, you're supposed to bless the world with it and help other people. Help other people become more healthy. Help other people become more wealthy. Help other people to stop losing their mind and basically become spiritually enlightened, where they feel like they're living heaven right here on earth and making people happy. Oh my God, it can't get any better than that. So that is what we are supposed. It is our divine responsibility to find our purpose. And if you do not, once you find your purpose, if you do not do your purpose, it affects your karma. I can remember a family member. Oh my God, she could sing her behind off, but she was so afraid because she got so caught up into her ego. And that she never did her talent. She never presented it to the world. And lo and behold, she became, just had a challenging life, addicted to prescription drugs and, a challenging marriage, just debilitating lifestyle. And it's not the universe, listen to me. It's not God. God gives us free will. It's nothing to do with God. It is all about you and the choices that you make. You must fulfill your purpose in life. So whatever it is that you need to go out there and do, if you're supposed to be that comedian, be that comedian. And when you do it absolutely for free. And I tell you this story, and this is really hit home. I don't know if you know this comedian. He's on social media, and his name is Country Wayne. And I love this young man because he really comes from a spiritual perspective. And in a nutshell, he, during the time of the major the cocoa and the tea, you know, in 2020, during that whole thing that happened, his business plummeted. I mean, you know, he goes out and does comedy circuit tours and all that, completely shut down. And he was down to $3,000 because he literally, I mean, this man was a millionaire, you know, bringing in hundreds of thousands and millions of dollars on a yearly basis. And he had paid his taxes up front at the beginning of the year before this whole issue had came about. And in a nutshell, you know, like I said, he was literally broke. And what he did do, which was really smart, he was like, okay, he always talks about Jesus is popping. He talks about God provides, etc. So he's like, okay, he better practice what he preached. And what he did was he just went out there on social media, on Facebook and YouTube and Instagram, and produced comedy scripts and skits and the like. And I mean, like, he did hundreds of them. I mean, it just was putting out contact, not even knowing if he was going to get anything in return. But what he was doing, I hope you understand this, he was giving out positive, loving energy. What I said, money is an expression of love. I always tell you, how much money you have in the bank account is based about how much love you're giving out to the world. You're going to get blessed. It's got to come around. It's karma. It's got to come around. You're putting all that good blessings out there, because during that time, people were depressed. People were sad. People were scared. People were frightened. People were in fear. And he would bring them out of it. I mean, he was literally a soothing balm, and that's what comedy does. It soothes people's heart and soul. It heals people. And in doing so, Facebook called him up. He didn't even know Facebook had his number. They called him up and they said, keep doing what you're doing. And he was getting residual checks from his skits on Facebook of $300,000 a month. He was making more than if he did Hollywood, and Hollywood was shut down. I mean, it can't get better than that. You know, God is good. God is going to provide you with everything that you need when you fulfill and do your purpose. And you work through your fears. I promise you, there is not a soul out there, including myself, that when they're out there living their dreams and fulfilling their purpose, they're scared. They're scared. But they do it anyway. I know for me personally, I've gotten out and I've been on stage in tens of thousands of people. And I believe it or not, the thing that would get me out, I mean, of course, when you're going out on stage, for the first like 2 or 5 minutes or whatever case may be, yeah, you're scared when you're first going out there, okay? But what I did, I knew the reason why I was scared was because I was in my ego. I was looking at, what do they think about Elon? And I'm like, it ain't about me. I knew my message was going to save somebody's life. It was going to help them become financially free. It was going to help them figure out how they can heal themselves of whatever disease that they have. It was going to help them get their mind together so they can deal with their life circumstances and not have to go into a mental institution because people were having really traumatic psychological issues. So I knew my message was so much more important than me. I would forget all about me. And that's why I would be so good at it. And I would completely be fearless at that point because I focused on what was important. And it was about serving, keyword is serving other people and giving valuable information and being a problem solver. You do that, the universe will provide. So that's what I want you to do, provide.